Hello and welcome to FountainFX on Tuesday the 25th of February 2014. Looking at the daily chart, yesterday we can see that price, you can't really see it in here, price literally went flat. Even though it pushed up and pulled back down, etc., it produced a doji, which is in the middle of all these lines that we've got on here. The reason we've got all these lines is because I've gone into a smaller time frame to be able to identify levels that we need to be looking at. So we're going to quickly flick over to a 60-minute chart, but the one thing to note is that momentum, upward momentum, is declining, but price is still not pulling back that heavily from this area, this 137.60 area of resistance that seems to be found. We are talking about 138 being the area of more significant resistance from previous price action. But we need to go and look at what price is doing at this precise moment. So if we go down into the 1 hour chart, we can see that what's actually happening is the 137.60 area of resistance was sustained yesterday, and that price finally reached it, turned, created a spinning top, and then fell, breaking through the previous lows, previous areas of support, so creating a new area of support which was close to the previous area of support. However, we can see there's still upward momentum. It means the bulls are still in control. That's what they typically say, and the bears have not taken over control. However, for this, if we look at this area of support is at the 137.05, and this area of support has come down to 137.10, so it's almost pulled all the way back to it. So that's where we have it. We then have, what's happened is that price has pulled back up from there, and then overnight the Asian session has just really gone flat and sideways, which is a great opportunity to identify the channel. It's a very tight channel between the 137.30 and the 137.35, so only 5 points. It's been bouncing up only 5 points. That just shows you how tight price is. And when price breaks out of it, what does price do? It wants to go in one direction. It's like a coiled spring, and as we can see, price has broken out and is pushing up. So it's pushed up by about 8 points so far in this last hour from the 137.35 level. Now, the reason I've got the 137.35 level marked off is because if I go down to the open, that was the price at the open of today, and it also happens to be the bottom of the candlestick that's moving upwards. So it's also formed the top of the channel overnight. So sometimes certain prices, certain numbers that you find are significant, where you can identify areas of significance. One thing to be aware of is the area of resistance. This was a previous high. This price came down, and so it created a high, then a lower high, so showing downward momentum until we went into the Asian session and then went sideways. So we need to see this area of resistance here broken. I'm just going to put a line on there so at least we know what price it's at, and that's at the 137.43. so we need to want to see that. As you can see, it's pushed up and then we're starting to create some wicks. I do actually have a buy order in here at the bottom. Unfortunately my buy order wasn't triggered. It came down to it, it didn't trigger it, and it's run away without me, which is rather frustrating, but that's how trading happens sometimes. And you can put a stop below the 137.29 area if you want to, just to be able to protect your account. And we can see how this is going to pan out. So let's just take a look at it probably a bit later on in the day, but at the moment it's really a case of looking at the fact that there's a bullish movement in the morning, and let's see if we can run the price all the way up to the 137.60. That would be nice, and then see what happens after that. And I'll just quickly flick over to some news, and then that will be it from FountainFX for today. Thank you very much. Goodbye. And today, when it comes to the economic data, there's not a lot happening out there that's really going to impact the euro-US dollar, apart from 5 o'clock this evening, where consumer confidence report comes out, predicted to be 80.2. We'll see what happens. There's no real news on the euro against the dollar, but there is some news against the dollar and the pound, saying that the dollar's fallen against the pound. Well, that could be pound strength as opposed to dollar weakness. Yesterday we actually saw the euro fall against the dollar. Hello, we're back a few hours later from the previous recording today, and we can see that price broke out from this level at the 137.35, pushed up. As I said earlier, I missed my trade there in terms of being my buy order as price broke above, but it turned and it pulled back, and I was able to adjust my order and get in on this very long wick. Came down here, and then price took off and has rallied all the way up into this area of resistance, the 137.60. So I took a trade there. I actually scaled in and scaled out, so I placed an order for 2 lots. I took one lot off here and the other lot off at the top, and now I'm waiting to see if price does want to continue that back down, if it's going to break this trend line, or if it's going to actually turn and continue to push up. It'd be nice to see if it breaks this area of resistance, but we will see. We'll see exactly what the market's doing. As you can see, the European Open sometimes offers a great opportunity. Price has rallied out, pulled back into this area from where it started the upwards move, and we took that trade. So very nice trade. Took around about 20-25 points out of the market this morning. So that's really it from FountainFX. Happy trading, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.